Hey everybody, Brock Frady here, helping you enjoy your ride. The 2017 Jeep Cherokee Trailhawk is a very capable SUV that's getting crazy good reviews for its off-road prowess. We're going to take a look at the outside, the inside, the safety features, comfort features, and also the electronics in this video so that you can really get acquainted with the 2017 Jeep Cherokee Trailhawk. Let's take a look. And before we get started, I would like to give a huge thank you and shout out to Shine Shop Automotive for allowing me the opportunity to film this wonderful 2017 Jeep Cherokee Trailhawk. For more information about the Shine Shop and their services, please check out the link in the description below. The smart key system is just like a lot of other smart keys on the market nowadays, with a removable physical key in the very bottom with a lock button and unlock. You do have remote start for your power liftgate and then a panic alarm. Unlock. And then remote start. And then you can tap it a single time to cut the remote start off if you wish. And then you have the door, the power button for the rear door. You tap it twice. And then let's put it down. And usually I demonstrate the panic alarm, but I'm not going to do that in this video because I'm inside and that would be a little bit loud. You do have a little tab here on the very bottom of the key. You can press that in and open it to reveal a physical key. In the event that the battery in the regular key fob should die, you can use this physical key to get into the car, and at that point you would simply take this and put it up by the push button start, and there's enough juice in it to go ahead and start the vehicle in the event that the battery is going low, at which point you would just need to replace the battery. And you can actually take the physical key and place it in that groove there, pop it open, and replace it with just a simple watch battery. It's actually pretty easy to do. 2017 saw very minor changes in the Cherokee, but one of those changes is xenon headlights standard on every trim except the base sport trim. This is also the first year for the top of the line Overland trim, but that was introduced in mid 2016. Check out those LED daytime running lights and how they go basically from the front, kind of almost halfway up that fender there. And then here are your xenon headlights. Those are standard, and those are exceptionally bright. And it's kind of neat how the daytime running lights are actually above the headlights. You can always tell a Trailhawk by the red hooks up front, red trail rated badge, badging on the back that indicates the Trailhawk. LED tail lights, very distinctive. And you notice something too about how high up they are. That allows the distance for whenever you're braking to be seen further back. So with an SUV that has lower tail lights than this, you wouldn't be able to tell whenever it's applying its brakes. So they're mounted actually higher, and it increases safety. Then there's your red tow hook on the very back. You always know it's a Trailhawk by the tow hook. The 2017 Jeep Cherokee is a 5-passenger SUV offered in 5 different trim levels. Those trim levels are Sport, Latitude, Trailhawk, Limited, and Overland. Firestone Destination ATs, and they are P245/65/17s. You can see your ventilated front disc brakes, and there is a channel that passes through that disc that allows it to cool so that it reduces the likelihood of brake fade. Notice the blacked out wheels. That really goes well along with the kind of beefy looking Trailhawk package. The suspension system in this one is tuned more for off-road. It has a locking rear center differential. It has hill ascent and hill descent control to where the vehicle will basically kind of take over going up and down big hills and like rocky terrain. Skid plates underneath. Let's take a look at those skid plates. You can see right down there. So that whenever you're going over rocky, nasty stuff, you don't bang up your underbits. Nobody wants to bang up their underbits, do they? Let's take a look at the heart of the beast. Standard on most 27 Jeep Cherokees is a 2.4 four-cylinder engine that's got 184 horsepower and 171 foot-pound of torque. Optional is a 3.2 liter V6 that makes 271 horsepower and 239 pound-foot of torque. That's mated to a 9-speed automatic transmission. That's actually standard with both engines. Obviously, the one in this video is going to have that V6 with 271 horsepower, 239 pound-foot of torque. VVT is variable valve timing. You got your choice of front-wheel drive or four-wheel drive with either engine, but the Trailhawk models like this one are four-wheel drive only. Jeep actually makes two different four-wheel drive systems. One is a four-wheel drive system that requires no input from the driver and is basically kind of like a smart four-wheel drive system. When it senses slippage in the wheels, it's going to automatically engage. But what this model has is the active 2-drive system, and that features low-range gearing and a lock and rear differential along with a rock mode for the select terrain dial in case you want to crawl over rocks. When the Trailhawk has the V6 engine, you can put a tow package on it, and that's going to give you a 4,500 pound tow capacity. Let's hop in and crank her up and see what she sounds like. As long as you have the smart key system on your person, you can put your foot on the brake and you'll see the engine start stop button right there. It says off now, but we can just tap that and she fires right up. I really like the trail rated badging on these. You know, obviously you can tell that it says trail rated and 4x4, and that is pretty much legit in this Cherokee. It's got a really great active 2 all-wheel drive system or 4-wheel drive system, and that badge just kind of highlights what it's capable of so that everybody knows you can pretty much go off-road anytime you want to. And check out the Cherokee badging. That's really actually pretty nice. This model in particular, because of the color of the body, it blends into the body. It's a little understated, but yet you can still see it there. I like that. What do you think of that front end? I really didn't know what to think about it, but the more time that I spend around it, I really am starting to really like it. I like the honeycomb look there on the inserts on the front grille, and also notice that there's a big portion of the hood right there, and that is like a matte finish, like a flat finish, and that gives it a really interesting and distinctive look. Also, I want you to take a look at what the Shine Shop has done here, because they have made this paint, and I wish you could just be here in person and see it. They have made this paint look absolutely wet. Now the cargo capacity in the rear of the Jeep Cherokee Trailhawk is a little bit limited. There's only 24.6 cubic feet of cargo space behind the second row, and 54.9 cubic feet of cargo space with the seat backs folded down. And this is closer to kind of the norm of the smaller subcompact crossover SUVs. Let's take a look at how to fold that 60/40 split rear seat. You can see in this shot that you have a little tab that's right there. That's what that is. And then there's one right over there. That's the tab that I'm going to pull to fold the seat down. And now you've got 54.9 cubic feet of cargo space. And then to fold them back up, we're just going to push them up and pop them into place. Now you can see at the base of the seat backs, you have anchor points, and that's going to be for child safety seats. So that's where you're just going to latch those into and anchor them into the car. You have 3 in the rear area. You also have rear lighting in the back. You can see there are 2 little lights, one on the far left, one on the far right. There's a bin here you can lift up, and look at that. And that to me looks like a full-size spare tire. And there's your jack in the middle. Now you also have a handy little feature here, and there's a clamp on the underside. What you're going to do is just pull that out. If you ever do have to change the spare tire, and you can let it rest right there, that's going to hold up that panel for you. You've got like a metal brace here that kind of acts as a kind of like a little wall for the storage area, and you can take your hooks, and these are like for, you know, a grocery bag or something, and you can take that, and this actually pops out by pulling this handle here, and you can remove it. Then you have your power door button. And you've got a power door button right here to the left on the inside wall. The theme of luxury is really in the back seat, not just the front seat passengers. You can see that really soft padding for the rear seat passengers. It is a 5-passenger vehicle, so you can fit 3 people right there in that back seat. And you can see that I have that armrest kind of poked out a little bit. You can fold this down, and you have 2 cup holders there. And then that air register right there, you have 2 vents, and you also have a power outlet down there for charging. Let's take a look at how somebody 6 feet tall, or more than 6 feet tall, fits in the back seat. Now I do have that front seat forward a little bit more, but it's not so far forward that it would be uncomfortable to sit in, and you can see that I've got plenty of room, and I also like these cutouts right here that are in the back seat that give you just a little bit more knee room right there. Now my head is actually kind of rubbing the top of it. You can take the seat back, you can recline it to help compensate for the lack of headroom, and I just gained about 1 inch of headroom, so I'm totally fine now. Now your controls for your passenger seat are manual. Now check out this cool little trick. You see that little handle right there? You can move the seat back a little bit, and you can take this handle and move it all the way up, and it will fold that seat all the way down. So if you're riding by yourself, you've got a nice little desk area right there. Or if you have a big piece of furniture that you're moving, and you can put it all the way up to here from the back, and that'll give you a whole lot of more room. Then you can access a little tab that's right here and pull it up, and look at that. It's a little storage compartment. That's absolutely fantastic. And I like how there is extra padding right here so that things don't fall down into the seat crack. The things that are in your pocket, they'll not fall way down into there. And this seat is wonderfully comfortable. It's nice and supportive. The bolstering here is absolutely great. It's nice and thick. It's a little bit firm, but not so much that it's going to be uncomfortable. The bolsters on the sides of the seat are excellent with support. And this actually is going to be important if you are going to be using this SUV to go off-road. This is actually going to help keep you supported there. Now we looked at this handle here, but this handle is going to be to raise and lower the seat. So I can just ratchet it down, and that's going to move the seat down. I have another handle here, and I can grab it, pull it up, and that allows me to slide the seat forward. There's that luxurious looking door again. That design, I think, is just absolutely great. And then you have that same wood that you have on the back door, you have on the front door as well. Let's take a look at some of the in-car technology and some of the safety features. The layout of the cabin is really actually very nice. It's functional, it's not overdone, it's not underdone, and it's actually luxurious. I love how the center of it is kind of broken up. You can see how the vent shades and also the screen there are surrounded by a silver brushed aluminum ring. And that kind of gives you an idea of, hey, that is this particular section. So it kind of draws your eye there to the middle. Then you have the section down here below, and that's all climate control. It's very obvious what all those do. There are no real hieroglyphics. You don't have to have a college degree to operate that system. And then down there in front of the gear shifter, no guessing what that is. That's your four-wheel drive operation. The SD card slot right there. And you also have USB, auxiliary, and a 12 volt. And there's your gear shifter. And it has a 9-speed automatic sequential shift transmission. And there's your parking brake. You don't actually have a brake that you activate or deactivate with a pedal on the floor. It's just a little switch right there in the center. On the right side of the steering wheel, you have your cruise control, and you can see where it says set, cancel, resume. In the middle is how you actually cut the cruise control on, and then set, plus, and minus is how you make it active. There is a difference between cutting cruise control on and making it active. Cutting it on just cuts the feature on so that it's available, and then when you press set, either plus or minus, it activates it. And at that point you can press the plus button to speed up, or you can press the minus button to slow down, and then you have resume and cancel. On the left side of the steering wheel are your controls for your multi-information display that are going to be shown in the center there between the tachometer and the speedometer. I like how the steering wheel looks. It says since 1941. And it's a 3-spoke design. And the steering wheel is leather wrapped, so it's a lot of these little touches in this thing are reminiscent of luxury vehicles. On the driver's door are your controls for your windows. The 2 front ones are one-touch automatic. And then in front of that you can see the multi-directional keypad. That's going to be for your mirror controls, so that controls your left one when you push that in. And then when you press that, it controls the right, up, down, left, right. That locks the windows for all the passengers, and then lock and unlock. Your controls for your lights are in front of your left knee when you're sitting in the driver's seat, and that's off. And then that's parking lights, headlights on, and then automatic. And that's where they will cut on automatically at night as the sun goes down. There's a little sensor on the dash. Then you press them in for your fog lights, or you can turn them off completely. Right here's your gauge brightness, and when you roll that all the way down, it activates nighttime mode, and you can see the nav screen right now. You can actually see it easier in the camera, but I'm going to click it up just a little bit, and there it is. That's daytime mode. So I just pressed it back down, and you can actually adjust that way down, or you can adjust it way up. And then you've got a button there to the right, and that's going to be to lift up the power liftgate. Now take a look at the big screen right here. That's actually really nice size screen. It's over 8 inches big, and it's really, really intuitive. You see you have an arrow right here, and right now this is set up to have 2 screens, and so you've got a screen there, and there's your other screen, and this is going to be where you have your favorite applications. And you can hit the back screen here, and you can see that you have a lot of different applications and functions and features right there. You can see right here it says controls, and then you can go, you can use your mirror dimmer, you can have your heated seat controls, heated steering wheel controls, you can have your passenger heated seat, then you can press settings, and this is actually how you get into the more involved settings of how the vehicle is going to work on a day-to-day basis. So this is basically how you're going to customize how your vehicle works. I can press display, and this allows me to customize the display settings for how I want it to look. The theme, the language, the keyboard, and I can press here and scroll down, and I can go climate off, and obviously you can press there for climate on. There's rear defrost there. Now to get back to the app screen, I just press apps. iHeartRadio, that's a subscription based thing. There's my navigation system. Where do you want to go? I can view map, information, emergency. So you can just go here and you can plug in your destination according to address, places you've gone recently, POI or point of interest, places you go to a lot or favorites, go by intersection, or you can go to the house. What a neat nav system. Ooh, trails. How cool is that? That really fits with the vehicle that we're in, doesn't it? I can press information. Where am I? That's pretty nice. I can go traffic, and that allows you to see traffic events that are in the area. I can go back to the app setting here. Media. This allows you to choose how you want to what you want to listen to from what. Do you want to connect the device via USB? You also have auxiliary, you also have Bluetooth, and you also have SD. App Manager. And this allows me to manage my apps. I can put them in different places. I can register my favorite apps. I can take a look at all the different apps that are available, and you can see that you have the ones that are starred here, and those are the favorites. Heated steering wheel, that's fantastic. I can go travel link and check this out. And these are going to be the subscription based services, but I can just press fuel prices, and that is going to pull up how much gas cost in the area. And then if I wanted to go to one of those, I can just press it and go. You've got your four-wheel drive modes right here to the left front of the gear shifter. You can see, starting with the circle here, you can see in the top left, four-wheel drive low, locking center or locking rear differential, and that's uphill assist. There's downhill assist. Now when I turn the dial here, it's going to go into snow, sport, sand and mud. So now I'm going to be pressing these buttons here, up, down, left, and right, and OK. I just pressed it down and it says vehicle info, fuel economy, trip info, stop start, audio, stored messages, screen setup, and back to speedometer. And I really like how there is a number there. See number 1? I know that sounds kind of self-explanatory, but on a lot of vehicles, all it's going to say is like speedometer, vehicle info, fuel economy, and it's not going to have a number. Whenever you have a number, it gives you an idea of how far into the different screens you are. That's a great idea. That's just a nice plain digital speedometer. I love that. And when I go to vehicle info, I can press to the right, and that's going to allow me to change my different vehicle information, such as fuel economy, battery, oil pressure, tire pressure monitor system, and back to temperature. Really neat. I'm going to press down. Fuel economy. And then I can see that I do not have the left and right arrows like I did in vehicle info. You see vehicle info, and you've got the up and down arrows and left and right there. When you click down to fuel economy, all you have is up and down. So that basically is just one screen. Press down again. Trip information, now I have all 4 arrows. I can go to the right. And this is just really detailed trip information. And there's basically 2 screens there. And then there's stop start, audio, and that tells me what mode I'm in. Stored messages, no stored messages. Screen setup, I'm going to press OK. This is where I can choose where I want the information to be displayed. That is fantastic. So now in the upper left of the corner, I pressed in, and I can make it show my time or my outside temperature, range to empty, fuel economy. And so these are all the things that if I wanted to put something in the upper left of the screen while I'm driving, I can pick that here. And this is what it was on before, so I'm going to press time. Settings saved. And then I can press a different screen. So in the upper center, what do I want to be displayed there? Press OK. And then compass, as you can see, has been selected by the little front grille of the Jeep icon. But I can change that all around as well. That is a fantastic way to do that. It allows you to really customize that home screen. That's great. What do I want to see in the upper left, upper right, or restore defaults? Then I'm going to press left to exit this screen. And so there you go. You can see there's the time, the temperature, and then your engine temperature, fuel economy, or gas, and then... Thanks everybody for watching. That wraps up our 2017 Jeep Cherokee Trailhawk. I hope you enjoyed this overall review and interior and exterior and all those cool things. If you like this video and you would want content like this delivered right to you, hot off the press, then slam down that subscribe button and I'll be glad to make and handcraft beautiful little videos like this for you on a regular basis. Thanks so much for watching, everybody. I hope this helps you enjoy your ride and have a great day.